I don't think many people know how their parents met. I've heard Aunt Nancy say something like, once she laid eyes on Aubrey Wooten, that was it. I'd like you to tell me how you met Uncle Aubrey and Uncle Newton and what you did to get their attention.
In other words, how did we hook them, right? How did we get their attention? How did we catch?
Wasn't it at school?
He came to the school that I was going to. He changed schools and came up to the school that I was going to, and so at lunch what we did after lunch was walk around the schoolhouse. So after I saw him, and I thought, kind of like the way he looks, you know. So if I'd walk this way, and if I didn't see him after 2 or 3 trips around, then I'd turn around and go the other way so I'd get a chance to see him. And somehow we always kind of looked at each other, you know, when we pass each other. And then the first time that I went with Aubrey, we kind of caught each other's eye at school. And then when we had the county fair, they used to come through once a year. So I went with Mom and Dad to the fair. And he was going to the fair that night. So we met at the fair and we walked around and we held hands. And when my mother told me after we got home, don't you hold hands with a boy out in public like that anymore. Yes, Mama. She did.
Oh, gosh, I don't doubt it.
She did. She told me I couldn't hold hands with a boy like that. But, oh, it was such a thrill. It was.
Oh, of course, you know, we were young and innocent.
That's right. And that's how it all started, walking around the schoolhouse.
How did you and Uncle Newton meet?
Well, I met him at a Halloween party. I had turned 15 in July, and every year our school had a harvest festival and at Halloween. And so they had cakewalks and, you know, get Dunkin' the Apple and all this kind of stuff that we usually had, and they had bingo. Well, I had gone with my mom and dad and I guess you were there too, and Charles, and yeah, Charles was there. And so what we did, I walked into the room, they were playing bingo, and I walked down through the tables, and then when I came back through the tables, there was this big blue eyes looking at me. And this blonde-headed young man was sitting there, and that's all it took. So I don't really remember how we started dating. I do know that my dad let me go out with him, even though I had just turned 15. But it had to be with a group. I mean, it had to be double dating. So anyway, that's how I met him.